Hey Adam, guess what?
What's going on, man? How you doing this week, by the way? Tim? Wait. Tim, you asked me. Tim, where? What the? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode of As the Buckle Turns. I'm Adam.
I'm Tim.
Tim, why did you wait? Where did you go? You left. We were just starting up the show and you left.
I told you. I guessed. I said, hey Adam, guess what? I pointed my empty glass to go get water.
Oh.
You didn't tell me we were recording.
Oh, that was the signal. Oh. All right.
Duh.
I mean, we got a jam-packed show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in, as always. And, yeah, I mean, let's go ahead and jump right into this. The card for Wrestle Kingdom 14 is out there. It's ready for you. Both nights, which... At first, when WWE floated the idea of a two-night WrestleMania, I laughed. I still laugh that WWE would try to do a two-night WrestleMania. Just keep doing what you guys are doing now. Yes, you end up having a 7-hour WrestleMania, and no one pays attention by the end of the show. Shorten your show a little bit. Bring it down to 5 hours.
As Becky Lynch liked to point out, WrestleMania was on a certain day. I can't remember what the date was. She really wrestled the next day in the main event.
Yeah.
This year. That's how long WrestleMania was this year.
Yeah.
She literally wrestled the next day after WrestleMania.
Oh yeah. But yeah, Wrestle Kingdom
Monday.
2 days this year. Which, now we're looking over this card. At first, I was like, all right, I mean, they have enough action overall to fill up, they normally do about 8 matches per show. Sometimes, last year was 10 or something like that? I forget. Hold on, let me go ahead and check out Wrestle Kingdom 13 for matches.
They had 10 matches with 1 pre-show.
Okay, so 13 total last year.
Yep.
That's not bad. And this year it's...
No. Well, they had 10 matches, 1 on the pre-show, so total.
So 11.
Overall. No, it was only 10 matches. 1 pre-show was on the... On the main card, they had 9 matches.
So this year, without knowing what's on the pre-show at all, we have 16 total matches over 2 days.
Yes.
Which is awesome.
So, here are the big matches that we are looking forward to. Like I'll say mine, and Adam, if you...
Oh, I'm looking this over right now, and yeah, I've got a few that I'm looking forward to already.
I'm looking forward to the Jon Moxley, Lance Archer Texas death match for the IWGP United States Championship.
I'm looking forward to that one, definitely.
I'm looking forward to Jay White and Naito for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yep.
And I'm also looking forward to seeing my man Kota Ibushi taking the IWGP Heavyweight Championship from Okada.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
But I'm looking forward to that match a lot.
But if Ibushi does win that match, it looks like the next night...
We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
Let's just talk. I'm focusing on the main card first.
All right.
But the match on the first night, the match that I'm looking forward to the most,
yes,
has to be Will Ospreay defending the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship against Takahashi.
Yeah.
Who's coming back from his broken neck.
Yeah, that one, I'm really looking forward to that one. Also, I am also looking forward to the Jushin Thunder Liger's retirement match on the second night.
Yes.
He's wrestling both nights, So,
So, well, speaking on the second night, there are a few matches that actually are dependent on the outcome of the first night, which is actually pretty cool. So, a few months ago, when after Kota Ibushi won the G1, and he said he wanted to defend the briefcase against a few people who he lost to in the tournament during matches, if he's still going in and challenges on the champion, if Naito was still Intercontinental Champion at that time, he wanted to challenge him for the Intercontinental Championship if he won the Heavyweight Championship on the first night. And it'd be a title for title match.
yes.
Well, that became an official match. Just, it doesn't matter who is the champions are.
No, there's both. So there's a losers match and the winners match are on the second night. So, I mean, we could see if Ibushi wins the IWGP Heavyweight Championship and Naito wins the Intercontinental title, we'll see the two of them face off again, and the winner of that's walking out with both belts. And we could also see a Okada versus Jay White match.
Yes. I'm more holding to Kota Ibushi and Naito in that match, that both title for title match, because again, it gives Jay White and Okada that it'll be a rematch from when Jay White lost the championship to Okada back at what was it, Super G1 Supercard in Madison Square Garden.
Yes.
So it'd be a rematch to that almost a year later. So that'd be kind of fun for that. Then we also have Juice Robinson, who will be taking on the winner of that Texas Death Match.
Yep.
For the United States Championship on night 2. We have Kenta versus Goto for the Never Openweight Championship.
And then there's this match.
We also have Jericho versus Tanahashi.
The Painmaker versus the Ace.
Yep.
That's another one that I'm just looking forward to. I mean, at the same time, wow, did not realize that Tanahashi's only 43. From a wrestling standpoint, and being at the level that he's at, you know, he could have another 10 years in the tank.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's New Japan. You don't exactly get 10 years in the tank.
No, he's been having some injuries in the last few years, it seems like. So he can, his career is kind of winding down. As long as he can wrestle, they'll still use him for a while. But man, the guy has the most gorgeous hair in pro wrestling. So.
Totally does. I am jealous of it. Also, weird fact that Jushin Thunder Liger, he was born in 1964.
Wow.
Yeah. He is 55-ish. Damn.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest.
So.
Pro wrestling, if you're able to have the long career to reach your 40s, to reach, you know, into your 40s, hitting your early 50s really is like any other, like, outside of hockey, because hockey's a weird one sometimes, but like a football player hitting the age of 40, of 35. You're like, wow, you've just been there forever. And you're like, no, not really. I've just been able to do... Hockey's the weird one because there was a player who had a nearly 30-year career.
Damn.
And I think it's only recently that he retired. Like, it really is one of those that, like, he saw a number of, like, Hall of Fame rookies come up and retire in his career. And he's just like, no, man, one of the great things about hockey is that I can take nights off. And the longer your career goes, the more up they are going to give you those nights off.
If you're one of the better players.
Yeah, you could be like, look, I know we're doing back-to-backs. Can I not play the back-to-back? Can I play 3 days a week?
and depending on how much money you make in your contract, that actually helps you out with the your bench roster salary cap.
Exactly.
In hockey. So if you have a guy who's making $2-3 million a game, and that can be like, ooh, okay, so we need to, and he's like, oh, I'm a little bruised up a little bit more than I expected. I thought I was gonna be. I'm just gonna take the night off. It helps up. They can bring up a bunch of other players, or they can put someone else. It works. It helps a lot like that way.
Yeah, especially like that's one of the things that I like about hockey is that they have the non-injury scratch. They're like, no, just these players are just not going to play. They're just not. They're not on the roster for tonight.
Yeah, they're keeping them so they can heal.
Yeah.
Also, the one thing I do like about the salary cap in hockey, it's brutally enforced.
Yes, it is.
Like, the thing is, like, everyone wants to say, like, in baseball, how there's a salary cap, and the Yankees don't care. They're gonna break that salary cap and pay the fine because they care about winning. Well, if you made that fine more than they were willing to pay, they're not gonna break that salary cap anymore.
No, they won't. Like, football's another one that it's not brutally enforced, but it is enforced enough that they're like, okay, if we go over, it's going to hurt too much. Because I think the fine is based upon how much the salary cap is and how much you're over. Like, it's one of those that it's like, all right, it's 50, I'm just throwing random, it's 50% of your salary cap plus or 10% of your salary cap plus 50% of how much you went over by.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, that actually can hurt. Other teams that make a ton of money can go, we can pay that this year. We can get around it.
We can pay that. We can pay that the entire year.
Yeah. Baseball, on the other hand, is just one of those, and it's like, well, our team through all of its affiliates makes $6 billion this year, so we don't care. We can pay a $500,000 fine.
Yeah, Yankees.
Yeah.
Big time.
Red Sox.
Yep.
Look,
well, now
they're my home team, but still, there are times that I've looked at them and gone, look, if the Yankees weren't spending the money that you're spending, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing.
No.
It's like WCW and WWE spending each other stupid in the late 90s just to compete with one another. And hopefully that does not happen with the currently going on Wednesday Night Wars. And that was an awesome segue because we're going to move right into the Wednesday Night Wars here. This week...
Wait. Adam, I have a question.
Oh, come on. What?
There's a Wednesday Night War going on?
Yes. AEW Dynamite versus WWE NXT.
Yeah, I only understood one of those references, and it was WWE NXT.
Wait, you're back on the WWE bandwagon? Why didn't you tell me this stuff?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I just want to... Well, I'm always on the NXT bandwagon because it's actually good.
Yes.
But, like, I had to throw that out there for...
All right. But yeah, this week, no one, unlike hockey, in a tie, no one gets points. Because this week, they actually tied. Now, it's down. The numbers are down from last week. They hit what? The peak number was 850,000 last week. Let me look at my notes from last week. Nope, that's from a while ago. That's episode 149, not episode 152. That's episode 150. Where are my notes for one? There they are. There's my notes. 851 was the peak with AEW. And this week everyone dropped to 778,000. Which, still not bad. You're not, especially for like relatively new shows that are still trying to find their foothold on a Wednesday night.
Okay. There's a reason for this.
Okay.
There was a Clippers-Raptors game on ESPN that topped the night on cable with a .48 rating, drawing 1.159 million views.
Wow.
Handy and Fox topped the night cable view of 4.154 million views, ranking number 7. Yeah, so there's stuff going on.
Okay. I mean, it's a Wednesday night too, midweek.
Not every Wednesday night has these big. Some of these games that everyone wants to watch, so they'll tune in. So that's when they do have one. When you said it dropped, like there had to be a basketball game going on.
I mean,
and that's why I went to look for it.
It's really not that much of a drop.
No, it's not. But when it just dropped, and when they tied and they said it dropped, the numbers that were dropped from last week, you knew something happened.
Oh yeah, when both shows
always a basketball game.
Yeah, with both shows dropping, of course something else was going on.
Yeah, and it was it's almost right now. It's always basketball.
All right, I mean, congratulations, guys, on I'm going to be honest. Right now, it seems that both shows are going to be consistent at that sub 1 million mark. I would love to see both of these guys competing and hitting the 3 million mark, but maybe next year. Maybe over the next year. 2020, by the end of it, we'll see something different. And I would like for that to happen. Them break the million, both shows break the million mark, and just keep marching forward.
Yeah. So, all right. With that being said, I think we have a pay-per-view we have to do some predictions for.
Which last week we talked about because there were when we recorded on Thursday last week, we didn't know a single match that was going on.
They started releasing the matches that were rumored. The entire card was rumored. It was out there what was probably going to happen on this, but it had not been officially announced.
Nope.
They started announcing them on last week's SmackDown. They continued this Monday. And there's rumors to believe that at least maybe 1-2 more matches may be announced tomorrow night on SmackDown. So the two that I know, one I know that's potentially going to be announced tomorrow night is on here, as well as one that possibly could be announced as well. So, and if they don't actually happen, we'll predict them. If they don't happen, it doesn't matter because they didn't happen, so they don't help us, they don't hurt us. Oh, and just so everyone knows, we are doing predictions for Ring of Honor's final battle pay-per-view tomorrow night.
Yes.
We are not going over them on this podcast because we just have a lot of stuff to go over.
Oh, yeah.
But we are doing that. We will probably cover that show briefly next week along with the wrap-up with TLC.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, all depends on how much we actually get through next week because we also have to do our end-of-year awards.
Yes, we do.
So
that's always a tough show to do because there's so much that we have to remember, go back over. I kind of feel like CM Punk just before he joined WWE backstage. I got like 5 years worth of wrestling to watch here in 1 year.
I love how he said he was talking about like asking people how the match between AJ Styles and Finn Balor was, and he's like, "Is it any good?" And he's like, "It was a good match. I didn't get the Too Sweet reference at the end."
Of course he would say that.
Because people he said it was a good match because I didn't get the reference, and people were saying he was bashing on them doing that. He's like, no, he said I didn't get it. He didn't get the Bullet Club because he hasn't been paying attention to that. Because he's not a guy that's constantly watching all of pro wrestling. Yeah.
So he didn't see what they had previously done in New Japan.
Yeah, he wasn't officially aware of that, so which is fine.
Too Sweet from between the two of them is purely a for the fans moment.
It was not planned either.
No, it was not.
They recently just said that AJ was talking about that, and he's like, it was not planned. They just kind of, at the end, they saw the fans want them to Too Sweet each other, so they did it.
Oh yeah. I like the fact I would like to see more matches between the two of them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'd love to see, as much as I don't want to see it happen, but I wouldn't mind seeing it happen if the OC came down to the NXT and actually were officially part of the NXT brand.
I don't see that happening.
Either do I, but I think that'd be awesome.
Oh yeah,
it'd be funny because You know what would be funny if that happened? Because those 3 guys who would be coming down were the 3 guys who bypassed NXT.
Oh yeah, totally.
So it would have been funny that they're coming down in a sense to NXT. No, it's not a 2-hour show, but it'd be still kind of funny that they're going there, go there, do that. But,
All right.
Okay, so we have 9 matches on the card.
9. I've got 7 here.
We'll get to. I'm gonna go over the card right now.
Okay.
And you can tell me which one you're missing. Okay, but I'm gonna be clear. 2 of these matches may not happen. They have not been announced. One is rumored and one is a speculation because we do have a number 1 contender for the SmackDown Women's Championship. So I'm assuming that will be added to the card.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So I don't know for sure. They're on here just for us to predict in case they do get added on after we've done our predictions.
Okay.
All right. So going from number 1 all the way down to number 9, we have Roman Reigns versus King Corbin in a TLC match.
I'm just going to say it now. Roman is winning.
Yeah. We're not predicting yet.
Okay.
We have New Day defending the SmackDown Tag Team Championships against the Revival, the substitute for Ziggler and Bobby Roode. Bray Wyatt, not The Fiend, Bray Wyatt in a non-title match against The Miz.
Mm-hmm.
Aleister Black versus Buddy Murphy.
Cool.
Okay, I'm going to cringe here because I have to say it, but the Kabuki Warriors of Asuka and Kairi Sane versus the best friends again, Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
For the women's
Once
tag team
again,
championship.
it's classic Vince. It's 2 stars that shouldn't be working together, challenging for the tag team title.
Especially since they're pitching Flair as a babyface again, and she's still acting heel.
Mm-hmm.
Because Flair has to be a babyface.
Oh, of
And
course.
by the way, that is a TLC match. We have Bobby Roode versus Rusev in a
It's
tables
not Bobby
match.
Roode.
The Viking Raiders have issued an open challenge for the Raw Tag Team titles. The rumor is it's going to be the OC.
Okay.
We had them down. That's who I have down as to be announced. If we pick the OC and they aren't the people who answer it and they win, if you put the OC down, that counts.
Okay.
And then
I just gotta stop you for a second.
Okay.
You said Bobby Roode versus Rusev.
Oh, Bobby Lashley
Okay, thank you. Because
versus Rusev.
Bobby
Sorry.
Roode is very
tables
difficult
match.
to book in that match.
Yes, very. We'll get to that in a little bit.
And what are the other 2?
The 2 that I have as speculation is Bayley defending the SmackDown Women's Championship against Lacey Evans, who is now working as a babyface, which I actually think is a good move right now.
Okay.
Honestly. You want to get her over? You did the whole thing with Becky. She got booed too fast. They kind of put her in some other matches with people to build her back up. Now she's a babyface going against a very heel Bayley. I think it actually is a good move for this. I don't think the title should be on her yet, but it's a good move to make another woman star.
Okay.
That's the rumored one that I think is going to be issued. The plan was for this next match to be announced last week. Is Shinsuke Nakamura defending the Intercontinental Championship against Braun Strowman. The angle that was supposed to be done last Friday was nixed because Strowman has been having back spasms and they wanted to give him time off to heal. And the rumor is they're going to be doing an angle tomorrow night in SmackDown to set that match up for the pay-per-view.
Okay.
Because of they wanted to wait and see how Strowman's back is for this. I personally say if he can get in the ring and he can do some stuff, make the match, let Shinsuke get the win, or give Bobby get the win cheaply, like Zayn and all that issue. Throw in that he's been dealing with a back injury as part of a storyline.
Okay.
Give Nakamura a win. Make the title change happen at Royal Rumble to Strowman there. But that's just in case they don't do it. All right. So Where do you want to start, Adam?
Let's just start at the beginning. Roman wins everything.
Okay, Roman. I'm just gonna put Roman Reigns in every single one of your columns.
No, Roman is definitely beating King Corbin.
Yeah. I feel like they are starting to push King Corbin too hard again.
Yep. Once again, putting him in a spot where he's an upper mid-card guy.
Yeah.
He's not a main event guy.
I will say the King Corbin angle does allow for him to be pushed a little bit more than what they did right after the Seth, where they kind of kept him mid-card heel. So I kind of had that feeling. No, it's not a bad move, but here's the thing: one match, you're done, you move on.
Right.
Don't do Roman and Baron in Royal Rumble at the Royal Rumble. You have a little exchange in the Royal Rumble against the two, but not an actual match. No story. Just saying, oh, these two just fought out the TLC, and now they're going at it again here. But then after the Royal Rumble, no more. But I agree, Roman Reigns is winning this one.
Okay.
All right, New Day versus the Revival for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships.
Look, it's hashtag FTR. The New Day is going to win.
Okay, you're going with the New Day.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you're right on that one, but I kind of want to...
Oh, no, I want the Revival to win, but come on. It's the New Day. Vince doesn't know how to book more than one tag team being the top tag team, which is why we don't see the Usos at all suddenly.
Well, they also because they've had incidents outside of WWE.
Yeah, but they've had other issues and immediately won like 2 days later. We're like, here's the championship again.
Well, I also think that was because they did that because to throw people off. But there's been enough of those instances. I think they're like, we're holding you off TV now.
Oh yeah.
But I'm gonna go with the Revival because the Revival have yet to sign new contracts that we've heard of, and I think this is gonna be one more last push by Vince to try to get them to sign.
I would love. I actually want to see the Revival be that tag team that pulls an outsiders move. Like we said, oh, wouldn't it be funny if it was the OC? Well, yeah, it would be funny if it's Gallows and Anderson because they would do the comedy of it.
Yeah.
But the Revival would just show up, go into the ring, kick someone's ass, and leave. And you'd be like, wait, that was the Revival. And they're like, no, we're hashtag FTR.
Yeah.
Much like how Gargano and Ciampa were hashtag DIY or DIY.
Yeah, no. Get rid of the hashtag. It's like, no, we're FTR.
We're just FTR. We're here to wrestle. We're here to fight. And that's it.
Yep.
And the first week or two, don't even cut a promo. Literally go out, attack whoever's challenging for the championship. Break up a championship match 2 weeks in a row.
No. Just go after the Young Bucks first.
Well, or more, go after the Young Bucks. Then go after whoever the Young Bucks are currently in a feud with. So people are going, wait, you're going after anybody. The third week, go after the champions. The fourth week, go after the worst team in the division.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll go after anybody.
Here's an interesting side note on the Revival, really quickly before we move on to the next one. When the draft was coming up back in October, they were pushing to keep their little stable with Randy together, and because they really liked that, and Randy actually went into bat to kind of keep with them to push to keep them together as a faction as well. Which I thought was kind of cool that he did that.
I like the idea of the trios factions. Like it's a good idea. You got a single star and a tag team.
Especially now how hot 6-man tag teams have become in wrestling.
Yep.
In America, they've always been pretty big in other countries, mostly Mexico. Lately in Japan, in the last several years, but like it's been growing, so it's been cool. So it makes sense to have factions and stables be 3 people when it used to not. And you want more, like at least 4. Or
It had to
more.
be 4 or 5.
Yeah. So, but that was a nice little thing. I thought I would throw that in there. All right, so let's move on to Aleister Black versus Buddy Murphy. I'm gonna go with Aleister Black.
I'm going to go with Buddy Murphy on this one.
Ooh, yay! We're gonna another one we disagree on.
And we skipped a match.
Oh, you're right. I can't believe I.
I mean,
You know why?
why?
Because it doesn't matter because it's not the Fiend.
Okay, wow. I mean, that's
But
pretty
no,
harsh.
Just sticking with Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy before we move to The Miz and Bray Wyatt. I don't get me wrong. I want Buddy Murphy to get a win here, but I think what they need to do here is Aleister Black still needs to get a win here, but he really pushes Aleister Black to his limit, and he happens to hit that one black mass extra that puts him down.
All right.
And then you can do a rematch, and that's when Buddy do the 50-50 booking in a sense, where you do, but you build to each of these matches at pay-per-views. They don't have them on. They don't touch during TV.
Nope.
Build them up strong. Then Buddy Murphy gets the victory, and you can go to a third one. 3 different pay-per-views with no touching in between, like in ring. You
Right.
can have like brawls or anything like that, but no matches. It means no tagging against each other. Nothing, and it'll mean something more.
Yeah, instead of having 7 matches over like 7 weeks and 3 pay-per-views. You're just like,
Yep.
thanks. By the way, thanks AJ and Nakamura. You guys are not responsible for it, but you are the greatest example of 2 people who should have been separated for much longer, instead having 6 matches in a 6-week stance. No, it was like 8 matches in a 6-week stance.
Yeah, it was way too much.
It was ridiculous.
All right,
It was
so-
like, and Monday, another match, and Sunday, a match, and on Monday, we're going to have an... Yeah, okay. Bray Wyatt versus The Miz. I'm calling The Miz for this one.
You're gonna go with the Miz. Ooh.
Because what I want to see is that it's Bray Wyatt who can't close. Like, Bray Wyatt gets really close. His standard Bray Wyatt match where it really does seem like he could win this match, and then The Miz pulls out the win at the end. And you realize that it's The Fiend who's able to, because he doesn't have an end. Like, there's no stopping The Fiend. No one's figured out a way to keep The Fiend down for any length of time to get the pin on him. That it's Bray Wyatt that everyone's just like, so if I challenge Bray Wyatt for the championship, does that mean I get Bray Wyatt or I get The Fiend?
Yeah. I'm going to agree with you on that one because I was actually kind of thinking that. I don't necessarily think they're going to actually let The Miz get the victory here. I think maybe they'll pull some kind of Fiend-type motion or something like that off. Like he goes like under the ring, he comes out the Fiend, hits Miz with something, comes back as Bray Wyatt, gets the victory or something like that.
No, I don't see
I'm
that
gonna go with The
happening.
Miz. I don't know. I'm just trying to think what Vince may think is gonna be cool for Bray Wyatt. That doesn't make they don't need to do. But I'm going down with The Miz as well.
Okay.
All right. So our next one is what I think will either be the show opener or going to be the main event. Personally, it should be the main event. Is the Kabuki Warriors defending against Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. Before you pick, rumor has it that it will be Asuka challenging Becky for the Raw Women's Championship at Royal Rumble. A rematch of last year.
Becky and Charlotte are walking out tag team champions because that's the way that WWE works. I mean, we all see it. Like, this is Austin and Triple H winning the tag team. This is Seth and Bray Wyatt. Seth and, the big guy. Roman. No, not Roman. Braun. and Strowman.
Oh yeah.
Winning the tag. They're literally just going to be like, well, it's Becky and Charlotte. Of course they're going to win because they're our top 2 women. It's like, except for the fact that this is in tag team action. Like, it's like having a a great example is the opposite of it is when Nick faced off against Rey Fenix, Nick Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
There were moments where you saw that he was losing stamina through that match because he's used to tagging his brother in and going, okay, now I can rest for a moment, and now it's my turn to go in.
I'm going with the Kabuki Warriors on this one.
I
absolutely believe that you're right on this one. I'm gonna throw a curveball out there because if they do want Asuka to challenge, I think it'd be a good way to set that up.
Mm-hmm.
It's also, here's the thing, it would pay off of last year's Hell in a Cell when she lost the SmackDown Championship to Asuka in a TLC match.
Okay.
So I think it would be a nice playoff, but then you could have Becky overcoming Asuka at Royal Rumble a year later.
Yeah.
Story. But I think you're right. I think Becky Lynch and Flair are going to walk out tag champions. But I'm going to go with the Kabuki Warriors. All right.
In any other organization, a tag team would always, a known working together tag team would always beat a just thrown together tag team.
Oh, absolutely. And I like I said, I know you're going to probably gain a victory that one right there. I'm just going to throw this out there just to be on the safe side and say, you know what? Maybe Vince will try to do something different. I know he won't, but I'll take the gamble.
No, that's not happening.
No, I don't think so. Okay, the next matchup we have to pick is Rusev versus Bobby Roode. Oh, I mean, Bobby Lashley.
Honestly, it doesn't matter. Because the best idea would be the loser of this match gets Lana, who's up in a shark cage up above. Thank you, CM Punk, for that awesome idea.
Yeah, stop ripping off CM Punk. And by the way, that was at WrestleMania he had.
Whatever. I think the idea would work better here, honestly.
Yeah, Lana, don't get mad when someone pitches a misogynistic angle when you're literally in a misogynistic storyline.
She's the MacGuffin in this angle. She's not even like a full-on character. She is just an object in it.
That 2 men were sleeping with, and one wants to marry now that she's divorced from Rusev. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going with Rusev because the rumor was that this whole storyline was to bury Rusev at the beginning, but he gets the up and coming to the end. So I'm going with Rusev.
Okay. I don't even think this is the end of it. Honestly.
Neither do I, but I think that we'll get at least one more match. But I'm going to say this could be it.
I'm going with Bobby Lashley because I like that hairless bald guy.
So you're going to go with BL again?
Yes, I'm going with BL.
So you're going with Brock Lesnar? I mean Becky Lynch? Bobby Lashley?
Yes.
I just realized, I'm like, oh great, another person who has the same initials as...
Yep. You know what? I've liked Bobby Lashley ever since he went over to Impact. He's always been a better gray area face.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're like, he's a good guy, but you don't ever want to see his bad side.
Yeah.
Because the moment that you become his enemy, he will just overpower you. He has his rules and all of that. You just don't want to be on his bad side. It's like The Rock.
All right.
But with worse mic skills.
Bad side? You don't want to be you don't want to be The Rock's bad side because he doesn't have to lay the smackdown on you.
Yeah.
You just by opening your mouth, he's gonna embarrass you. Even if you can cut a promo, he's still gonna embarrass you because he's The Rock.
Yeah.
All right. The next match is for the Raw Tag Team Championship. It is the Viking Raiders I'm gonna steal rest of Ali Davis's thing here. Don't mention the war experience.
Yes.
In the open challenge, which we believe the OC will answer, but we don't know for a fact. I'm just gonna put them instead of to be announced.
Okay.
I want to give to be announced a break after that. They were just so busy for Survivor Series that they need more time to rest. So I figured I'd give them some time off here.
No, they got a match. Now it's a tag team match.
Who are you going with? Who are you gonna go with?
I'm gonna. You know what? The Viking Raiders. They're gonna retain.
Probably. I'm gonna go the same thing.
Now, at the same time, we could have someone like I don't know, the Hardy Boys suddenly show up for this.
Jeff is not capable of wrestling at the moment.
Okay, probably not. I don't know, Street Profits, the Undisputed Era could show up for this.
Street Profits just accepted the challenge on Monday and lost.
Okay, never mind then. Even though that it would be cool if they just randomly showed up again and went, we figured out how to beat you this time.
Yeah.
AOP.
Apparently it was a short matchup, but people think it was good.
I mean, we could have AOP
so our
show
next
up.
Our next two matches are going to be the one hypothetical and the one that is believed to be announced. So the first up will be the hypothetical of Bayley defending the SmackDown Women's Championship versus Lacey Evans. I'm going with Bayley.
Bayley. Yep, we're both going Bayley on this one.
I don't think Lacey Evans is ready for the championship. Yet.
Still not yet.
If they keep going like in a way that she's getting over now as a babyface, away from that nuclear heat, go away Corbin heat that they got her.
Why would you put anybody with Corbin? I don't get it, but okay.
But now she's they got away from that, and it wasn't tainted too much where people were actually doing it normally. But if they keep it up and she just gets over, then her next time she challenges after a break from this feud with Bayley, yes, but we'll see.
Right.
And then the match that will probably be announced tomorrow night on SmackDown, for sure, but no guarantees, is Shinsuke Nakamura defending the Intercontinental Championship against Braun Strowman. Who do you have?
Shinsuke.
Bastard, you.
I'm sorry.
Because I'm going Shinsuke as well. I just like that new Intercontinental Championship belt being with Shinsuke a little bit longer because it looks really good for Shinsuke. I'd love to see Braun Strowman win the Intercontinental Championship from him at some point, like the Royal Rumble, but not yet. You need the feud to go a little bit longer before he just drops the belt.
Yeah.
In a few days' notice of a feud because of an injury. No. Use that to get fire on the feud, so when he challenges again at the Royal Rumble, when he wins it, it's actually on fire.
Yeah.
All right, so we have right now only one question. How many championships are going to change hands? And this is going to be based...
2.
I'm going to go...
You know what? I just realized. If Bray is not defending the Universal title, that means that neither one of the quote-unquote heavyweight titles are being defended at this show.
Yep. And the United States Championship is not being defended on the show either.
Wow.
Well, Ray just defended against AJ on Raw too, so I think that was supposed to be the big kind of matchup.
Yeah.
Instead of here, just so because they don't have too many. Though if they don't announce Shinsuke Nakamura, Braun Strowman, I wouldn't be surprised if there is a U.S. title defense.
Intercontinental title defense Friday?
No, they'll if they don't announce it, they'll do the U.S. title instead.
Okay.
Because Strowman's not ready to go. I think they'll just switch out the belt and they'll just throw something at Ray.
All right.
There. All right, so I'm going to go with 3 championship titles. There.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Adam's got 2, I'm picking 3. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know down in the comment section what you thought of our predictions. Let us know what your predictions are down there. And we're going to continue on with the news.
Yes. Now we're going to move on to WWE has released some people. All of you have heard about this, but we're going to throw our opinions out there regarding it. Congratulations, Luke Harper, a.k.a. Brody Lee, for getting out of WWE finally. It's been almost a year since he put in his request.
Yep. Wait. If he got released, why is his Twitter still the same thing?
Because I think at this point he just doesn't care. He's just like, what? I think it's just kind of part of who he is. He's like, I've been doing it for so long. I wake up in the morning. It's Friday. You know what? That means? Yeah, it's one day closer to Monday.
Yeah. Now it actually means it's one more day less of his 90-day release clause before he can work the indies.
Exactly. Come on over to AEW. They need some big people. Outside of
I don't
Jack,
want to go to AEW yet.
There's not many people over here.
I don't want to go to AEW yet.
Why not? I want to see him immediately in a feud with Jon Moxley.
Nope. I want to see him go to New Japan first.
Okay, that would be really cool. That would be cool.
I want to see him go to New Japan. Go there first for a year. Let AEW have what they're doing, and then come over. If he doesn't sign a permanent deal with New Japan, like it's just like he can do other stuff, and then maybe like around Double or Nothing he comes over. But I don't want to go once his 90 days is up. I don't want to go right to AEW. If he does, great. But I prefer him to go to New Japan first.
Yeah. All right.
Prove to everyone that how good he really is on that platform before going there. And that way you can't say it's another WWE reject going to AEW. No, he went to New Japan first. Proved everyone how good he is.
You know people are going to say that because he worked for WWE. That's all it is.
Well, yeah. They're always going to say that, but at least you can say he didn't go right to them. He proved himself on the indie.
They said that about Jack Hager when he came over. Even though it's been a couple of years since he got his release.
Oh, trust me, I know, but still, I just want to say, set that up. That's what I would recommend. All right, and the other one was another person who got released was Sin Cara.
We knew that was happening.
Yep, he finally got what he wanted. He wants to go work with his buddy Del Rio,
El Patron,
in his mixed martial arts company. Good.
The more that I look at what the idea of that, the more I realize that it's a lot like what New Japan at one point was, where they were like, oh no, we want mixed martial arts, but we're still pro wrestling. And it's like, if Alberto had really paid attention to the fact that nearly sunk New Japan, and they were only lucky to start getting guys who were more into pro wrestling and the hard hitting end of it. Like that's actually what saved them. You know, like Shinsuke, Suzuki, those guys where it was like, no, we're gonna hit hard, we're gonna hit each other hard, but we're gonna be pro wrestlers about it. What was happening before that was that there was too many mixed martial artist guys who were hitting hard and still hitting hard. They weren't trying to protect each other.
No. By the way, congratulations to Tito Ortiz, who beat Alberto El Patron in a mixed martial arts match and capturing his WWE Championship belt, spinner belt, that was on the line against Tito Ortiz UFC championship belt. This took place in Mexico, so copyright laws, they're like, fuck you.
Because Ortiz hasn't been a UFC champion in years, and that spinner belt got retired like a decade ago.
Basically, it's just that they're each other's replicas that they got when.
Okay.
Basically, I think because in UFC actually gives you a belt.
Yes.
Whereas you basically have to. I think you have to make a belt.
You can with WWE you can request to have a copy of the belt.
Yeah.
While UFC,
they have yeah.
well, with UFC, it is the
multiple copies of
official
that.
belt that you get.
Yeah. Not anymore. Like because they designed with the new one belt where it's one belt. They don't do that anymore. I think if you want to copy that belt, you have to make it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right.
Oh, we got one more release. There was a third release. It was a tag team, and the Ascension have been released.
Can I just say, or am I not surprised that we're getting a tag team release? It's Vic.
I'm not. I'm also not surprised that it's the Ascension. We haven't seen them in like 2 years.
They've been wrestling on main event.
Yes, but much like the pre-show, main event doesn't count.
No, it doesn't. Which is ironic because AEW's Dark is basically their main event, but it matters.
But it counts.
Oh, wow. It means something.
Yeah.
So, but yes, so this was actually a good thing. I mean, the funny thing is people were saying like, wait, I don't remember hearing them asking for the release. They didn't.
They didn't.
But they were both happy with getting the release.
Well, I mean, you'd be happy if you worked for I mean, it would be like you working if this YouTube channel was an official hard business. It would be like me hiring you to be the co-host on this show or a reoccurring guest on this show and then not using you for 2 straight years. But because you have a contract with me, you can't work other shows. Like, you can't go and do anything else. Yeah, I would be pissed off too. I mean, I'd be collecting the paycheck every single week, being like, all right, still getting paid. I don't mind this.
Adam, you were doing that to me for 2 years before we even met. So you've done this to me before.
What are you talking about? You were on this channel from day one.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was working for you 2 years before we met, and you never used me on the show. You didn't even use the show.
I didn't even have this show that long ago. This is the longest running podcast I've ever had. And I've been podcasting for 5 years now.
It's because everyone else in the part of your other podcast has said, oh, I gotta work with this guy for this long? Cover up your face and maybe I can stick around longer. Oh!
No, it's typically just life gets in the way.
You keep telling yourself that, Adam.
Or, more accurately, with the Doctor Who podcast, it's just one of those that it's like, we only do it when new episodes come out now. Sorry, guys. Jedi and myself have way too many other things going on this channel anyway.
I don't know what you're talking about. You only do this and nothing else on this game. It doesn't sound like you do a gaming channel that this.
I have 6 days of gaming that goes out on this channel. Okay, man?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Which I'm hoping that this Christmas I get a whole bunch more games. Because I'm poor and I can't afford all the games that I want to get.
You know what you need? You need to get Red Dead Redemption 2.
No, I don't need another long game. I need a couple of short, fast games that I can just be like, all right, here's 20 weeks of this one. Here's 20 weeks of that one. Okay, for everyone that does pay attention to this channel, just to pull the curtain back for a second, this week I uploaded episode 48 of Assassin's Creed. I have 72 episodes recorded. Like, Jedi asked me, he's like, so when do you think we should really get back to Assassin's Creed? And I just looked at him and I was like, dude, we have 20 weeks of shows in the can already. I'm like, there's a certain level of getting too far ahead of ourselves where I'm like, well, that's going to be coming out. We know that Odyssey is a super long game. We've accepted that. That's going to be like one of those things that every Monday for the next 3 years, there's going to be shows. we don't want to have something where, our friendship, for God forbid, for some strange reason, falls out and we absolutely hate each other. And I'm still uploading episodes for 3 more years. That would be ridiculous.
See, that's my goal for this channel, is to somehow figure out a way to record like back-to-back episodes, then purposely ruin our friendship. So you just have to keep cranking these episodes out. I haven't come up with a way how to do that yet.
Okay.
But that's the goal.
I mean, I have other gaming channels that I follow, and every once in a while you'll hear somebody be like, "Oh yeah, I'm leaving the channel. It's not truly quitting, but my time here is going to be finished." And then they still have like another 2 months of episodes that they're in going out. And they're like, well, yeah, but all of that was recorded already. So, yeah, I still get paid. But I get 2 months off, basically.
Yep.
All right, what's next?
So what's next on the docket?
Oh, the Hall of Fame. We've got two inductees already. Well, technically like 5 inductees, but it's under 2 headings. We got Batista, which I'm cool with. Like, I think it's the fact that, he's more than just the wrestler he was, which is why he's able to be in the Hall of Fame now instead of waiting a couple more years. And the other one is the NWO.
Well, the fact that Batista was just in the record-shattering in Endgame, Avengers Endgame this past summer.
Maybe that helps a little bit.
A little.
Just a little bit.
But also that was also the rumor of what he wanted. He wanted to come back for WrestleMania, face Hunter in one more match, retire, and then he'd go into the Hall of Fame the following year.
Oh.
Well.
Oh, I got.
No, he is.
I got one more thing to add to this regarding Batista. Kayfabe News. Do you follow them at all?
No.
Okay, they're absolutely they're the Onion of pro wrestling news. And they put up, they were like, Batista, basically the headline wasn't the joke. It was the picture that they used. They were like, Batista going into the Hall of Fame. And the picture that they used was not Batista. I forget what's his name from Nexus. He was basically the same size as
Barrett.
Who?
Barrett.
Who?
Barrett.
Yeah, no, not Barrett.
No.
I forget who it was, but like Batista retweeted it, and he was just like, "Let's not use this photo of me. I do not want this."
I know who you're talking about, because when the guy debuted under CM Punk's Nexus, when he was doing that, everyone was like, "Hey, look, it's Batista. Batista joined the Nexus." But it's not Batista.
Like, from a quick glance, they look a lot alike. But outside of that, no, they're not the same.
That guy could not wrestle.
No.
They tried.
Yeah.
But
and we got.
I give the guy credit because he did try, but he just was not coordinated. Where Batista was actually able to get to a point where, if you actually, funny thing is, if you actually go back and remember Batista's early matches, they look a lot the same way as this guy's matches.
Oh yeah.
But Batista grew, and this guy couldn't.
And we also have the NWO getting inducted. So this is the second time that Hall, Nash, and Hogan are getting inducted.
Hold on.
What?
They're really going to introduce the entire NWO?
No.
How long is this Hall of Fame ceremony going to be? A year?
Well, I mean, some of them are dead at this point, so... Macho Man Randy Savage's ghost will be appearing.
Ouch. Hey,
Fake Sting will be showing up.
That's a work. You think Owens will work? Savage is a work. He's working so well that he purposely missed out on his Hall of Fame nomination separately to sell this work.
Just to show up for this one.
Yes.
He knew. No, the inductees for the NWO are Hogan, Nash, Hall, and X-Pac.
Sean Walterman.
Yeah, Sean Waltman.
And by the way, you were wrong what you were saying earlier, that only 3 of them will be going in for the second time. All 4 are going in for a second time.
Oh, yeah, never mind. 3 for singles, and Pac and X-Pac being put in for both of the major... X-Pac, really, like, surprisingly, what is he, like, one of, like, 2 people that were part of both groups?
Yep.
That congratulations, dude, for being the most hated wrestler at one point, but being part of the 2 hottest groups in pro wrestling at the same time. Oh my god.
Yeah. But yeah, so congratulations out to them. It's a good time for, I think, the NWO to go in.
Yep.
I'm not so sure of thing about Hogan going back in again, but you can't put the NWO in without Hogan.
Right. That's the problem. You can't exclude Hogan from the NWO.
No. They could have done if they really wanted to. They could have done like the Outsiders, just Kevin Nash and Scott Hall together. Because they were part. That was technically part of the NWO as well. But as a tag team, they deserve as a tag team to go in as well.
Yeah.
But I get the idea. The NWO is what they want to go for.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, majority of the people who are in the NWO didn't belong in the Hall of Fame.
No, they didn't. They just got a T-shirt thrown at them backstage and went, "You're part of the NWO now."
Yeah. Well, there was a reason for it, but we're going to go into that. But
I did see.
All right, what's next on the docket?
I did see Rikishi tweeted out who he would like to also see as part of this year's Hall of Fame ceremony. One of those names on there really stood out to me, and that was King Haku.
Okay.
Tama Tonga's father.
Yeah, because he was Haku in WWE.
Yeah. And I would love to see that. I would love to see Tama Tonga sitting in the crowd. The camera pans over to him, and he just looks at it for a second, opens up his jacket, and it's just a Bullet Club t-shirt, winks, and then closes up his jacket again, and just continue. Just the quietest moment ever, and just like, Bullet Club, what's up? We represent.
No.
We're on WWE Network now. How you doing?
No. I want to see him do is the firing squad.
No.
I don't think that's a thing anymore, but it still would be funny. Because people want to know. WWE may not know about the firing squad, but they would know about the Bullet Club. So if he did that,
That's true.
Older T-shirt, it may be able to get on there. But yes, but yeah. It'll be interesting to see who goes in this year. One person I think should have gone in this year, which will definitely not be going in, is Goldust.
Yeah, it'll be a couple more years before he goes in officially.
I think it'll be after Vince steps down. He's never stepping down.
Yeah.
After Vince dies, we may be able to get Dustin in the Hall of Fame.
Honestly, I'm looking at the WWE Hall of Fame. At some point, I really feel that they should just kind of accept that they are the Wrestling Hall of Fame and be like, no, we'll accept. You know what? You did a great job with that other company. Yeah, it was with another company, but you deserve to be in the Hall of Fame here too.
They've done that before.
I know.
It was with older guys on the territory level,
right?
Though. But yeah. So all right. So. Hey Adam,
yes.
I'm going to slip this part in here because I want to be a dick.
Okay.
AEW was teasing a debut this week.
Yeah.
Guess who it was?
Marty Scurll, right? It was the Squirrel Man himself.
It's not Squirtle, it's Squirrel. Get it right. It's Marty Scurll.
Yeah.
But no.
In
this hyped up Marty Scurll's coming because everyone figured it was going to be him. It was the most unbelievable, most disappointing person you could absolutely be. You know who do you think that would be?
Gilbert?
A little bit worse. Vicky Guerrero.
Hold on. Excuse me. Stop interrupting. I said, excuse me. It was Vicky Guerrero.
Yes.
Excuse me.
I don't know where it was. Like, I didn't hear anything about this tease of a debut for this week. I went over the card. I didn't see anything about Vicky Guerrero on there. I skimmed it, so I clearly missed it. But, like, I didn't see anything in the reviews for it. So...
It was a really cool, like, they did a very good job of not having a debut overshadow the entire show.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm thinking it's going to be like next week or the week after that Marty is going to show up. Because
I hope not.
I don't know why anybody thought it was going to be this week. Why would you not? Marty is going to show up and be like, oh, this is where my friends have been. Hey guys, how's it going?
I hope he doesn't come in the next week, 2 weeks or so. I don't want to see his fate, the Squirrel Man himself, show up until the next pay-per-view, Revolution, at the end of February.
Okay.
That's where I want to see him debut.
All right. I mean, that would be cool. That would be like a surprise appearance at that pay-per-view would be a cool thing.
But interesting note though, apparently Ring of Honor has made a huge bid for Marty, like offering a lot of money to keep it.
Well, of course they have.
Like bigger than like you would like most the contracts that they are trying to like. From what I think it was Jericho or I can't remember who kind of hinted at that, but like I was like, well, good for Marty. He can use that money to get even more money from Tony Khan, who apparently is, by the way, having buyer's remorse on offering such huge contracts to everyone at this point. Which makes sense, but like at the same time, it's a good thing that he did because it did help raise the people's pay.
Yeah.
Now deal with it, make smarter deals, still pay more, but make smarter deals based on who they are.
Well, I mean, it makes sense that Ring of Honor would be making a huge push towards Marty because he's the last of the elite that is with them. Because oddly enough, actually, most of the elite had contracts with Ring of Honor.
Yep.
Like most of those guys, Marty, it was with Ring of Honor. The Young Bucks were actually Ring of Honor guys.
They actually had a contract with both New Japan and Ring of Honor.
Right, but their main contract was Ring of Honor. Adam Page was Ring of Honor. Cody was Ring of Honor. Kenny was the only one that was New Japan.
Yep.
Which is why he actually didn't make that many Ring of Honor appearances. And if he did, it was for a promo, and it was usually taped.
Yep. It will be interesting to see, though, if as we keep hearing about the problems backstage behind Ring of Honor, Marty, run.
Yes, run.
No matter how much money they pay, run.
Now's the time to get out of there. You're no Jay Lethal. You're not at the top of the card. You're not in a very safe area.
No. Though I think if he did resign, he would be immediately pushed into the main event picture again.
Yeah, but
but here's now after these rumors about Ring of Honor going on, I kind of do really want what's their name? Who owns Impact again? I can't remember the name.
Anthem. Fuck the Owl.
Anthem. Yeah, fuck the Owl. I want them to actually buy Ring of Honor now.
Yeah.
Because they'll actually provide the stuff that Ring of Honor isn't apparently doing. Anyway, but yeah, so we'll see. It was interesting to see that. I think it's great that they built up this debut and they used like the idea that it's gonna be Marty, and then they disappoint everyone with massive heat for Vicky Guerrero.
With Vicky Guerrero, who was with her run in WWE was the biggest disappointment to every time she came out. I was like, all right, that's a kind of a meta joke right there.
Yeah.
They
and she knew it.
Oh yeah.
And she went with it, which is awesome.
She turned into that skid immediately. I was like, okay, go for it.
I think she learned from her husband the best way.
Yeah.
I said they want to boo me. I'm going to turn into it. I'll give them what they want me to.
I
boo.
will give them something to boo then.
Yeah. So, all right. What's next on the docket?
Next up, we got some news about Royal Rumble this year.
Yes, we do. So they're already starting to plan out what they're going to be doing with Royal Rumble. So for the men's and the women. So NXT is going to be a part of the Royal Rumble this year. They're going to be doing 10 Raw stars, 10 SmackDown stars, and 10 NXT stars in the Royal Rumble.
I like it. I like it.
I do too. I think it's a good idea way to do it. And I actually just read an article that NXT is going to have a spot at WrestleMania this year.
Good.
No words on how they're going to do it, but they will be having a presence at WrestleMania.
I would like it for the NXT Championship and give it an NXT match.
Yes. So it'll be interesting to see how they go about this. We will be having the night before Worlds Collide tournament where we'll have NXT versus NXT UK. The winner of the tournament will get a championship of their choice on their brand, I guess.
Okay.
I think it is. This is what Velveteen Dream won last year, but it wasn't. It was more during Access Week versus the special.
Okay.
And that got him the North American Championship shot, which he took from Johnny Gangaro. So, but yes, that is happening, and so it'll be interesting to see what the overall role they will have at NXT. At WrestleMania. What's next on the docket?
WWE has gone trademark crazy. They have collected applied for 21. Yeah.
Wait. They didn't screw us by copyrighting As the Book of Turns, did they?
No, they didn't get that one.
Okay. You really need to get on that because eventually we're gonna piss them off enough where they're gonna trademark it and then sue us.
No, they're not. We got nothing to worry about. It's totally fine. And plus, I've been using the show for so long that if they did file for the trademark, I actually have a usage trademark that I can use.
Oh, but that's right. They don't want to piss us off. They get all their ideas from us, from the bugs in your apartment, in the office.
Right.
So.
Let me just bring this up. There it is. Wrestle Inc. Oh, Wrestling Inc. All right, let's go down this list.
Before you go off the list,
yeah.
Let's explain why they went trademark crazy.
Because of Cody Rhodes.
Yes, very true. Because of him trademarking Bash at the Beach, that his father created that pay-per-view, and wanting to get ownership, and they're now AEW's using it for 2 of their Dynamite shows, not pay-per-view, but a theme for their. WWE's decided that they want to make sure they keep all their old WCW pay-per-view names they bought because those trademarks have lapsed over the years.
AEW and Cody also got Super Brawl and Slamboree.
Okay.
But yeah, let's go ahead and run down this list. Some of the names are absolutely terrible. Some of them kind of make sense. But overall, let's just write down the list. We've got Fully Loaded, Living Dangerously, Heat Wave. Heat Wave is a terrible name.
Yes.
Anarchy Rolls. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to pronounce that correctly. World War III. Now, that one actually is a cool name.
Yes. And the content of the match was pretty cool, too. I like that battle royal, that element that they had.
Then we've got Chi-Town Rumble. Sin. Sold.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, Sin was an old, late 90s, almost going out of business pay-per-view.
Exactly. I would let that go. Sold Out, which some people did not enjoy the pay-per-view. The idea was okay, but as a pay-per-view name today, it's okay.
if you knew what the reason why they were doing that, it makes sense.
Right.
But they never followed through with it, so it doesn't work.
New Blood Rising. That actually is a really cool name. Especially for like an NXT show.
Yeah. I think that was one of the pay-per-views when they were after Bischoff came back and it was Vince Russo and they suspended all the titles and all that.
Yep.
I think that was the pay-per-view that they built towards. I don't know.
Then we got Hog Wild, Road Wild, Capital Combat. Okay, Capital Combat really works if you're doing a show in DC. The problem is we already have a WWE show for DC. Then we got Greed, Uncensored. Uncensored is actually kind of a cool, if you wanted to do like a one-night stand hardcore match, a hardcore show.
Well, you're also getting, I believe that was an actual ECW pay-per-view.
Yes, it was.
If I'm not mistaken.
Spring Stampede, that's totally WCW right there.
Yeah, that was definitely.
That's late 80s, early 90s WCW right there.
Yeah.
The Day Of. Just the day of.
What? The day of what?
Exactly. Mayhem. Beach Blast.
Mayhem would work as a TV name.
Yes. Hey,
Same as Sin.
welcome to
But
Thursday
not a
Night
pay-per-view.
Mayhem.
Yeah. Saturday Night Sin.
Yeah, Saturday Night. Actually, yeah, that would work out. That would work too. Then we got Beach Blast, which, I mean, honestly, that's almost a porno name right there.
That's an 80s name if I ever heard one.
This is the last three here are totally ECW.
Yes, they are.
Massacre on 34th Street,
Yep.
Hardcore Heaven, and Eat, Sleep, Conquer, Repeat. Oh, those are definitely ECW names right at the end. But overall, yeah, they just started picking out every name they could come up with.
Yep. To keep Cody Rhodes from getting him. But here's the thing. Cody didn't want all the WCW
No.
names. He just wanted the stuff that his father created.
Yes.
That's what he was securing. He wants to secure his father's legacy under the family name, not WWE's.
No.
Under Triple H, locking that up would make sense because he has so much respect for Dusty.
Yes. And
But Vince just wants to own everything because he bought it. He thinks he deserves it.
yeah, War Games under Triple H and NXT has been brilliant. They've done a very good job. It makes me it just feels like a natural progression to the War Games concept. I wasn't always a fan of the cage being topped at such a short height because it really it prevented a lot of things, especially when you have guys that like are as tall as Hogan and Nash in there. It really slows things down.
When Nash was in there, like his head, his hand could go like this, and his arm couldn't bend straight.
Yeah, I mean the top of the cage was only like a couple of inches above him.
Yeah, and he's a power bomb. The guy's a good 3 feet
over
above
his head.
He can't do that. He'd have to bring him up a little bit like a Sid power bomb and drop him. That's not how Nash did his power bombs.
No, it was almost a last ride.
Yeah. But I do like what they've done with in NXT. Though Cody has said if they would do it, he would buy the concept and the name right from WWE for a fair price.
Yeah.
If they would be, he knew if they were open to it, which they obviously wouldn't, but he would do it in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah.
If they would. So, but yeah. I mean, I don't blame WWE going after these trademarks because yes, they got them in the when they bought WCW, but here's the thing: you're never gonna use them for anything.
No.
Maybe you'll go and use one of these for a theme for one of your house shows, like Starrcade.
Yeah.
But then no one's gonna care, and it's just gonna be Vince showing disrespect for this stuff. if you're gonna use Starrcade, you use it as a pay-per-view, not a name of a house show.
No, you don't.
Especially during a time when no one's gonna go to a fucking house show like on Thanksgiving, Vince.
I know. All right, moving
What's
on.
that on the docket?
Before you start to complain for the next 24 hours, gotta move on. The next two things are two shows on the WWE Network, Broken Skull Sessions. The upcoming guest on that one is going to be Goldberg. Definitely, much like Undertaker. Go ahead and check it out. We're going to be talking about it. And, yeah. Two dudes in black tights. And the other one is the Table for Three, the Impact episode. We've got Sting, AJ Styles, and Jeff Jarrett on that one, talking about their time in Impact, TNA. Which I find it so funny that they're blatantly just being like, hey, TNA, do something. Do something. These two guys, all we did was really just give them a mic. They're allowed to talk about what they did with your company. We'll never talk about it on air, but...
Yeah. Going back to Stone Cold and Goldberg for a second.
Yeah.
Austin made Bischoff eat his words when he said a guy in black tights will never make money. He ate his words, and then Goldberg did the exact same thing in his own company, making him eat his words even more.
Yeah. And it's just a dude in black black tights.
Yep. So. All right, Adam, what's next on the docket? Give me something I can bitch about.
Nope.
Something I can yell
We don't
about.
even have time for bitching and complaining. We got one thing. We just got to say goodbye to somebody. ACH has quit pro wrestling. He's done. He sent out a tweet. He was like, fuck you, fans. I'm out.
Wait, who's this ACH guy?
Jordan Miles.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, fuck him.
No. Look.
Okay.
We understand.
I want to bring this. Go ahead.
Oh,
I'll say my thing next.
Jordan, ACH. We understand your stance with WWE. Totally understand. Once again, the way you went about it is kind of wrong, and now I feel really horrible as a white guy saying to a black man that you're standing up for yourself the wrong way. That really does come across the wrong way.
Yeah.
But this is another instance of you're throwing stones to see if somebody will fight with you now.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what I want to set my comments on this.
Yeah.
I absolutely think that what he did about when he's doing WWE and calling out the racism on there, you know what? It wouldn't have made a difference regardless in that company, even if he went to Triple H, like Triple H said he should have, to deal with it. I don't think it would have made a difference. If he was that offended by it and he wanted to have change, Twitter was a fine way. I'm okay with that. It's how he when he went about it, he got it out there, and then when he got pressed back, he came out guns blazing.
He came out looking for a fight.
Like you, I'm a white dude who cannot say I ever been in that situation.
I have no idea.
For me to say he shouldn't be guns blazing about this, I can't say that he shouldn't. But I'm saying my whole point about this is this: when you go guns blazing, regardless of what you're going about, you make people tune out.
Yep.
Or they instantly turn against you, even though they may be on your side.
Yeah.
As I just said, I'm on his side about how he dealt with it. It's when you go full, crank the dial to 1 billion response afterward because people are coming at you. And if it's a sensitive topic for you, that's fine. Make sure when if that triggers you, calm down before you respond.
If my other thing regarding that, and this is for anybody on the internet regarding any topic, if you go guns blazing to a public forum, expect for people to hit back. That's
Yes.
there's going to be at least one person who is going to have the 100% opposite opinion you have. Doesn't matter
And
what's going on.
Let's be truthful. And some of these people who are going to come blazing at you, in the case of HDH, they're going to be because they are racist and they're coming at you for
Right.
claiming so and so's racist or anything. And you know what? Taking them down a peg, I'm all for it.
Yes.
But do it in a way that's not going to make you look like the bad guy.
Right. See that point totally. Then you've got the second group of people that you're going to have to deal with are trolls. They're actually the worst version because for some of them it's not about making a point or being mean or anything like that. It purely is getting the original poster, the OP, to say something that will get them in trouble.
Yes.
Or getting them to say something that is just profoundly stupid. Now, I do deal with a lot of trolls regarding politics because I like to wade into those conversations because I'm kind of a troll myself. But my thing is I go at it the same way a toddler would. Why?
Yep. I've watched you do it, and it's hilarious.
And you've seen it before. All it is, I just keep asking like the same type of question, trying to get to the point of what somebody was saying. Usually a troll or somebody that's just dumb. And you get, that's how you treat trolls, is that you just ask them what they're trying to say, and you get them to actually say what they're trying to get you to do. Is all you do is just holding up a mirror to them.
Yeah. So, now here's the thing I want to point out, because once he got his release, he did go onto Twitter and kind of explain his reaction to this.
Yes.
Which I'm fine with, but again, he had so much heat on Twitter, like shouting, screaming over this incident.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it came off. I read some of the text. It did come off calmer.
Yes.
But he threw his anger towards Jay Lethal. There's a reason going for about that. He goes in later on about it that got some heat going on him, and he tried to clarify why. Now, according to what we were talking earlier, the point of view of who was saying this word in the bad context is each person said they were the one who was not doing it.
It's a he said, she said moment there.
Yes. But here's my thing. When you respond to that, and you respond and you're flaring up and you're pissed off about it because it is attention for you. It is a bad moment for you. I understand that. When you explain something like that, don't use Twitter.
No.
Don't use social media, because especially after this whole thing, anything you post on there for a while in this context of this situation is going to be read as nuclear. It's heat. You're screaming. You're angry because of how much anger you were releasing, and go get one of these wrestling podcasters to interview.
Yeah.
And say, I'll cover this situation. We'll sit down. You can see me. You can see the contact. You can see the anger of me that I'm in control of, because I'm talking about it. I'm getting heated up, but I'm still in control.
Right.
Versus he's talking. He's angry. He's bad.
So in text form, there's no inflection. And the English language is purely about your inflection.
Yep. If you put everything in cap locks, it means you're screaming, even though you may not.
Yeah. I really wish people could use italics more, because for me, that's where sarcasm is. The problem is you can't use that on Twitter and Facebook. So instead, it's just to do sarcasm, you have to switch between small letter and large letters over and over again, and it slows down your typing. But a good podcast he could have gone on, especially since he was with Ring of Honor, was, I don't know, the Busted Open podcast with Bully Ray. I don't know, one of the big backstage guys.
He wasn't with Ring of Honor.
Oh, that was just purely Okay.
He was with him at one point, not currently. But yeah, and that's my thing, like in there. So when you then get backlash over this Jay Lethal situation, and you just go off on tour saying, "Fuck the fans, fuck you all, I quit wrestling."
Yeah.
In all caps again, you're just showing
that
you've lost control again.
Look, we know that the internet is full of trolls and full of haters.
Yeah.
But that also means that you're not able to filter out the trolls and the haters out of your life.
Nope.
Like, I haven't truly had the experience of it regarding, my opinions on this show or any of the gameplay stuff. I would love to start having haters, because that means that there's someone paying attention. By the way, I do like the fact that I had, someone finally do a comment on one of the shows. Thank you, single commenter. You're awesome. Anyway, yeah, that's we're gonna have to wrap it up. We're gonna have to wrap it up here.
But yeah, I definitely do think that this is. I mean, I do think it was Shad from Crime Time who reached out to me and told me you need to go see someone.
Yes.
Like again, it feels bad for me to say this as a white dude telling him but if you're getting that angry and there's something there that you do need to talk out to get help with, because you don't want to be one of those people who just pushes everyone away, and then you have no one around, and it's only for yourself to blame.
Well, because that point, then it's just a circle of hate. Because you don't like the fact that no one's around, but every time that someone's around, all they're doing is telling you that you're doing everything bad. It's like, yes, because they're actually the people that are close to you that are telling you that you're doing that and that you're doing bad or you're going down a wrong road. They're trying so hard to help you.
Yep.
And I want you to succeed, ACH. I want you to... I'm not saying I want you to be the WWE champion and the face of the industry. I want you to succeed. I want you to be happy with your life. I want you to look at that and go, hey, I had fun. That was pretty good. Now I'm going to go do this other thing instead.
Yes, so we get that out there, talk about it. There is one little thing. He is apparently signed with MLW. While he said he quit over the weekend, they have not commented on it yet, so we'll see.
Okay.
But, ladies and gentlemen, let us know about this show down in the comment section. Again, are you going to watch the TLC pay-per-view?
Mm-hmm.
Let us know down below. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. You've been listening to us for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So give us a thumbs up. You clearly like listening to me, at least. So give me a thumbs up and just let me know in the comments that it's for me, not Adam.
Wow.
Yeah, I went there. While you're at it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Ding!
Ring the bell.
Ding, ding!
And get bent like Al Snow's nose?
You know what? Your joke was so bad, I'm pulling an ACH. I quit. You guys have fun. You know what? Screw all of you. Fuck the fans. I'm out of here. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, tune in next week for a brand new episode of As the Buckle Turns. And tomorrow, a brand new episode of New England Wrestling Alliance, where the fallout from Blood Feud will be going on. Have a wonderful week, everybody.